Trying to fart in there. Overpower it with my own farts. Because you can smell your own fart. Somebody else's farts. It's just, no, it doesn't work that way. Anyhow. How was lunch? Okay, so here's the other one. So I was working on Wolf's Rank. And this time I was actually running late, so I didn't eat breakfast. And so I rushed over there to the studio, and then I get in there, and I run into the booth, and then I'm starting to work, and after, 30 minutes or whatever, because I didn't eat anything, my stomach starts growling, and you guys, it's embarrassing, right? I don't know why. I mean, with a microphone, you hear everything, but I remember when I was in school, sitting at the desk, if my stomach was growling, I don't know if I was afraid of people thinking it was a fart or something, I don't know, but it's just, so it's not, I would kick things, shuffle my papers. Nothing going on here, just making a lot of noise for no apparent reason. And so anyways, I could do that in the booth. I could flip my paper a little bit, but I'd take a lot of water because then it kind of shuts it up, And if I'm talking, I'd probably get away with it. But this one time, the whole time it was but I was able to fight it, right? This one time in between, as the beeps are there, so I was and then you start talking. Right after that third one, the fourth imaginary beat is supposed to come, and I'm supposed to start talking. My stomach goes, yeah, just like that. It wasn't like a regular where I could be that was my stomach. No, it was I squeezed out a fart, and it was it's one of those, I was dang it. With all the freaking noises that come from my stomach, and I look over and they're just looking at me and it's so embarrassing. I was I swear I didn't fart in here, and they're oh. I was come on, it smells. It's stinky in here. But they didn't. Anyhow, that's my other fart story. But it wasn't a fart. My stomach growled like a fart. Yeah. I have bad luck like that. Here's another story. No farts though this time. I was noticing out here there's a big homeless thing, right? A lot of people give stuff to homeless people, money or whatever. That's a great thing. I'm all for that. But it reminds me of a story. We have a lot of scumbags in LA where I'm from, right? People that just go out there and they're in their leather jackets looking for some change. And I have a hard time, because I have gone through a couple different, I could tell you a couple stories, but I'll tell you this one. So anyways, I used to give a lot, and then I'll just run down past, a lot of dudes or whatever, I'd give money to guys or whatever, and then I'd turn around and see them, with other buddies, hey, we just scored or whatever, right? So it rubbed me the wrong way. But this one time, coming home from work, there's a freeway, and there's you take the exit ramp, and there's a light down at the end. And usually at the end of that light, there's either a homeless guy standing there with a sign, and now they got that thing where they flip it, and it's a smile, and then it's have a nice day, jerky didn't give me money, and then it's you feel bad, but then I'm you're a dude, get a job. But this one time, there's a lady there, and it's a woman, and I was oh man, I feel bad, I feel I should help out. Which is a good thing. I'm not trying to deter anyone from giving to the homeless. But it's just a funny story. So anyways, I'm there at this light, and I see this woman down there, and there's maybe 4 or 5 cars in front of me. It's a red light, and I'm eating carrots that I had for lunch that I didn't in the Ziploc bag that I didn't finish for lunch, but I was eating them, right? And so I see it, and I'm I should give her, I had a ton of change, because in LA you have to pay, wherever you park, you have to pay for parking. So I had 2 pounds of quarters in my cup holder. And I'm you know what? I'm just gonna give her all this money right now and throw it in the Ziploc. And so I'm looking in my rear view mirror and I see this big truck coming up behind me. And anytime there's a big truck behind me, I just feel it's an angry person get out of my way! You little stupid car! And so I was I better rush. So I was rushing to put it all in there, and I zipped it up and I see the light changes to green. I'm oh crap, I better start going. And then the cars are moving, I roll down my window, and I grab the change, and I hold this 2-pound bag of quarters out in a Ziploc, and I see her, she's like, oh, so sweet. She puts her sign down, and then she goes like this, and I start to, push down on the gas pedal. I'm like, dude, we gotta go, man. The guy's behind me all angry, and the light's green, and people are leaving. And I realize I'm going like 25, 30 miles an hour now. I'm thinking, how is this an exchange gonna happen? I'm going really freaking fast. She could grab me and pull me out of the car, or I could pull her under the car. One of us is gonna die. And so quickly, I think of a solution. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. If I just loft it into the air, it will gently fall into her hands. This is a brilliant plan within like 2 seconds that I had to think of it, right? I'm like, here we go, and now! And I see this 2-pound bag of quarters going in the air like this. And I see her reaching out for it. And I see it hit her in the face. 2-pound bag of quarters hits her in the face. As I'm like speeding past her, right? My expression is like, no! And she's like, like this, like I just was like, you stupid homeless person! I felt so bad. I was like, why did that have to happen? I was trying to do something nice. Everybody's looking at me like the guy behind me. You jerk! What are you doing? Throwing quarters at some lady. So, it did not break. No, I mean, it was like I threw this chair at her face. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Were there still carrots in the bag?
There were not carrots. I ate the carrots. I should have just gave her the carrots. Hindsight, huh? Yes, it was pretty horrible. Anyways, I did not see her again. So either she was in the hospital after that, or she was like, I am never doing this again. I'm getting a job. I felt so bad. Anyhow, so they put up a microphone here if you guys want to ask questions. I guess you can line up. Is that how they do it? Yeah, okay, so you can line up if you want. Or you don't have to line up. You can just go up there and say, hey, I got a question. And we'll go to you. What's it like working on a horror film? Horrible. It depends. The film that I did was cheesy. I kind of co-directed it, and so I wanted to make some script adjustments, but they wouldn't let me. And then my DP was a prick and thought he knew everything and didn't let me direct. It was hard. But that was just that scenario. I can't honestly say, that's really the only horror that I've ever worked on. I can't say that for all horror films.
Like, this is 1/4 already.
Sure.
How do you like Hawaii so far?
Oh, how do I like Hawaii so far? It's great. The only thing I've really done, actually today I did go to that where the stadium is. I'm talking where all the bootleg stuff is. And I was like, oh, Tokidoki not Doki. All right, okay, $30, sure. But that was cool. I bought a bunch of stuff when I was there. And that's pretty much all I did. I had a coconut. And that old dude, I don't know if it's the same old dude for you guys when you go there, but some old guy chopped it up and put a straw in it, and I was like, oh, tastes like water.